We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from amazing Phoenix, Arizona.
Today, Jill and I talk about how career path members are aligning themselves with each other. This is fascinating for me.
I love this. This makes me so happy. This is why we're here. I'm not here to have a million members and just sit back and roll out a program and just go, well, so here you go. Have a nice day. Next.
Figure it out.
Could you imagine? It's not like it's like I'm at a cash register dishing out ice cream cones. That's not what I'm doing. We're here creating businesses and
business partners,
helping putting people together, not just with us, but with themselves. I really mean it when we say there's nothing better than hearing that you're making more money than me this month. It's really cool because all I think of is, hey, please remember me someday when you need cash. I'll fund your deal. But it's awesome. It's great. We're doing just fine. And I'm happy you're doing better. So how does this happen? People in our group find each other. And we'll talk more about that.
Why wouldn't you?
Right?
That's one of the huge benefits of being a serious Land Academy member. You're doing deals with other people.
Yep.
In the group.
And I remember our very first live event. People were like, oh, I was just so happy to be in a room. I thought it was on an island somewhere because, you guys are here. I'm 6 states over. So I was so happy to be able to get with like-minded people. And now with all of the ways that we have to communicate, our weekly calls, the accountability groups, and, career path and other meetings and venues and Discord and everything, the community can really communicate. You really find that you're not alone. And that is huge.
Yeah, there's just a group of like-minded people. Well, let's get into the show.
Okay, cool.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And if you're already a member, please join us on Discord.
A Land Academy member, that is. James wrote, I'm buying from a seller who bought the property in 1985, and they want to close quickly and get cash with a local attorney and via warranty deed. Perfect. I think I should close with title and pay the additional $700 plus 2 weeks so I don't have any issues on the sales end. Do you normally take title on the buy and sales and pay twice? Thank you. Close quickly with local attorney. There's no difference here.
Let me clarify something. And this is a very, very good question. And I think a lot of people can benefit from it. When you buy a property through a title company, a title escrow company, just like when you buy a house, you get a title policy and everything's good and it's recorded correctly and the dot your I's, cross your T's, and it's done. It is the exact same thing with the lawyer. Mm-hmm. Exactly. There's no difference at all. In fact, they usually do it faster and I would argue cheaper, and I would argue more accurately because they usually have more experience.
Yeah.
So please, the takeaway from this is there's no difference between closing a deal through a lawyer and through a title escrow company, except speed, money, and quality.
Well, and James, you just spelled it out perfectly. If I go with the attorney, I save 2 weeks and $700. So my argument is that's the right thing to do, James.
So I think, James, that you're assuming, and it's totally okay. I'm not knocking it here at all, not even at all, because we all can learn from this. You're assuming you don't get a title policy when you close with the lawyer. And that's the opposite.
Correct.
The lawyer is going to really actually read the title policy and might criticize it on your behalf because they're representing you.
Perfect. Exactly.
Today's topic, how career path members are aligning themselves with each other. This is the meat of the show. If you don't know what career path is, it's a session, 10-week intensive course on how to buy and sell land that Jill and I personally teach ourselves. And it's turned into not just a couple hours a week, it's turned into like 6 hours a week, at least, of time that she and I put in to help people and to meet people from all different parts of, all different places in their career. Yeah. And places in the world.
Yeah.
And so what they do all have in common is just this unhealthy, not normal lust for buying and selling land and making it their career. And so there's probably tons of people like that in regular Land Academy, but they just didn't happen to join Career Path. And that's fine.
Well, because we only have a limited number and we close it up.
When you pack together, I think there's 15 people in there.
Stop. Yeah, exactly.
When you put 15 people together for 6 hours a week on a schedule and make them accountable for doing a mailer, and on Jill's side, it's learning how to deal with the back end of a mailer and how to make deals out of something out of nothing. And all the different various topics that we cover in the 10-week period, stuff starts to happen. They start to get together and say, well, wait a minute. You're over here. I'm over here. You're good at that. I'm good at this. Maybe we got a Jack and Jill thing going on here. Or maybe I'm better doing 10 of these deals with this guy over here, taking 50% of it because he can manage the stuff I don't want to do. And so on accident, because our silly house is being renovated, we are often during these sessions, one of us has to peel off and deal with some contractor just for a few minutes. And I hear everybody talking to each other. When we stop talking, they all start talking to each other.
It's good.
And they're doing deals.
Yeah, it's good.
And they're setting stuff up together. It's like what I always thought our children could do together. But instead of killing each other.
Like work together and work together instead of terrorize each other. Oh, isn't that true? Why children don't align themselves better and say, here's how we're really going to mess with mom and dad.
Yeah, we have a common enemy, you and me. It's mom and dad.
Exactly.
It's not you and I.
We're going to both sneak out. Listen to my plan. Instead, no, they tried to narc on the other one and get the other one in trouble. Like, what the heck? You guys are doing this all wrong.
I'm just as guilty. Me and my sister and I pretty much almost killed each other several times. My
brother and I, when we came home together to an empty house after school, why we didn't just behave like rock stars, I have no idea. Instead, we would lock each other out, and all that stuff. It was just, we did it all wrong. We could have been having parties a long time ago. It's funny.
We're in the 5th episode or 5th module of 10. So we're halfway through the second Career Path session, and I'm shocked at the deals that are happening and how people are helping each other. And there's some core tech people. Scraping tech people that are helping other people that don't know anything about this, but these other people that need the help with the tech are basically have Jill's level of, or almost up to Jill's level of communication and sales. And so these people are going to kill it.
Yeah.
They already are. So it makes me proud to get people together like this and create partners.
Yep. It's one of the happy benefits of being in our community.
And it happened during the live events, not to this extent. To this extent, it's Land Academy is packed full of unintended consequences. So now,
that's true.
Now, because of this, Jill and I, we wake up and do our little planning session. We're like, you know what? We should just put an investor group together. Where everybody puts in $100,000. It's very specific product types in specific areas. And we all promise each other that we're going to turn that $100,000 that we each $1 million, let's say 10 of us, into 10 million by the end of the year. And if I brought that up, and I will bring it up.
It's not nuts.
It's very likely to happen because these people won't stop. And they're from all different walks of life and ages and different places in the country. It's really interesting.
What's funny about that?
He's really motivated.
Like everything, Career Path came to be in existence because you asked for it. And we said, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to find a way to do this. We're going to find a COVID happy way to do this. We're all spread out way to do this. Like, how can we all, and it worked out great too, by the way. I would argue we could have flown you all in and done this and had a 2-week intense session. But in 2 weeks, I think it's not as good as having every week we get more progress. We have 10 weeks together, which is almost 3 months. It's so nice to see what can start and end in 3 months versus what can start and end in 10 days. Very different. So I love this. So Career Path came because of this, and who knows what's next around the corner for us. You asked, we listen. You want to do some big deals? Let's do some big deals. You got some great stuff going on? Let's do it.
It just occurred to me just now that to make a real lifestyle change, all psychologists or most psychologists agree it takes about 90 days.
Oh,
So whether you want to quit drinking, quit smoking, change your eating, anything to do with addiction is 90 days. AA is they have a 30-day program and a 90-day program. Don't ask me why I know this.
I did not know this. Okay.
And so it just occurred to me that on accident, Career Path is a 75-day program. 10 weeks is 75 days.
Okay.
30 days is 3 months. So it's
Pretty
interesting
close.
because I really see, even with the experienced ones, we have multiple people in this career path that have been to both of our live events. So they're dedicated and they're successful. And even they are saying, wow, this is how you do a mailer now. Or saying it's behavioral change. And you can't beat that. I'm totally not joking about changing your behavior, whether you're trying to quit something or you're trying to do something new in your life, like a new exercise routine. You really need to do it for 90 days before it just becomes, now this is my life.
Thank you, babe. Now let's get you to your meeting. Happy you could join us today.
This is my meeting.
Oh, yeah. Some could argue Career Path is their meeting. Just kidding.
This is my multiple step program to success
This is true.
with my relationship with
This
you.
is true. We're going to rename Career Path to something else. That ought to be really funny. Something Anon. How about W2 Anon? I don't know.
Oh, you know Anon though.
Well, who hasn't heard of that? Oh boy. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Anon Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show. Well, it's Jack Thursday, and I'm going to talk about life math. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I like when you have those vague titles because I have no idea what to expect.
You like the small title? Oh,
I like the
Life math?
vague titles because I'm like, life math. Is it about age? Is it about money?
it's about
Is
money.
it about, okay, well, see, I don't know.
When is it not?
It could be about age. Do this at this age. I do not know. See, it's vague.
No one
It's
ever
vague.
sat me down. This is stuff your father never told you. No one ever sat me down and said, this is how a car payment works. This is why you should make more money on the side here, less money over here. This is all going to be way more expensive than you think or cheaper. And I'm going to tell the freaking truth, to be quite honest. Just the raw truth of math and money and life.
I love it. I'm making notes too. We got to work on the stuff your parents never told you. If you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you.
We're Stephen Jill. Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property. Out.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.